Hello and welcome to the FCIPS tutorial, and in this tutorial I will discuss contractual terms. What is a contract? A contract is simply an agreement between two or more parties agreeing to do or not to do an act which must be enforceable in the courts of law. What this means is that there must be both an offer and acceptance that has been put forward. The role of a contract is to set out the roles, rights, and obligations of both parties in a transaction or relationship. Contract terms are statements by parties to the contract explaining rights and obligations. Contract terms. There are two ways in which terms may be inserted into a contract by either or both parties. These are express or implied terms. Contract terms define both parties and rights and obligations. Express terms. These are discussed, agreed to, and included in a contract, for example, price and delivery dates. Implied terms. Terms which are assumed to exist by virtue of common law or statute or legislation, whether included or not in a contract. How are contract terms classified? Each contract term can be classified either as a condition or a warranty. Let's look at the condition. A condition is a vital term of a contract, the breach of which entitles the wronged party to cancel and claim damages. Whilst on the other hand, a warranty is a less important term, incidental to the main purpose of a contract. A breach does not mean failure of performance. Injured parties, therefore, may claim damages but cannot reject the contract. What is the standard term in a contract? Most businesses do not go to the trouble of drawing up a special contract every time they purchase or sell goods or services. Instead, they rely on standard terms. Each organization will draw up its own standard terms of business and will seek to ensure that these are accepted by other organizations with whom they deal. Where organizations have recurrent dealings with a supplier or recurrent requirements for service, it may develop its own standard contract for use in particular types of dealings. What are model form contracts? It will be extremely time-consuming and expensive to negotiate and formulate contract terms and clauses afresh for every new contract with a supplier. In many situations, it will be a case of reinventing the wheel, since terms are substantially similar for most business dealings of a similar type. Model form contracts are published by third-party experts, such as trade associations and professional bodies. They are often used in particular industries to establish conditions of contract between buyers and suppliers. Advantages and disadvantages of model form contracts. The advantages and disadvantages of using model form contracts are: let's first look at the advantages. Number one, they help to reduce time and cost of contract development. Number two, they help us to avoid reinventing the wheel. And number three, industry model forms are widely accepted. And number four, they are designed to be fair to both parties. Let's look at the disadvantages on the other end. Number one, terms may not be as advantageous to a powerful buyer as it would have been had the contract been negotiated. Number two, terms may not include special clauses. Number three, legal advice is still required if significant amendments or variations are to be made. And number four, cost of training buyers to use model forms. Additional documents included with contracts. Additional documents may be included with the contract but not in the main body of the contract. These documents may contain additional terms, specifications, provisions, standard forms, or other information. These addenda are often used to make changes or add more specific details in standard form contracts. There are two main types of addenda to a contract. A contract schedules, which includes more detailed and numerical information, and the contract exhibits, which contains examples of any standard forms, evidence, or models mentioned in the contract. For more information on this session, please review your FCIPS coursebook and contact your tutor through Connect for further support and guidance. Always remember to review the keywords that are found in this chapter.